Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator. And in today's episode, we are back with the Icon A5 Realism Mod. This mod has seen significant updates and changes since my last approach with this one, and so now we are going to try it yet again. If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkills tutorial guides for Microsoft Flight Simulator, please consider joining me on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides, as well as any future updates and future guides that will be coming down the road. Link to Patreon can be found in the description below. All right, so the Asobo Icon A5 Realism Mod. This modification primarily aims to make the default aircraft fly more realistic to the real aircraft. And what I'm going to do, guys, and you can feel free to peruse, here's just a couple snapshots of the latest changelogs and how often this aircraft is being adjusted. We have, you see here, March 19th, July 9th, July 13th, July 19th. They are all over this one. It has definitely taken a significant change since the last time we flew the aircraft. So I am super excited to give this one a shot. Now, I don't really remember a whole lot about flying it today. We're going to try to go through the documentation that comes with the aircraft. It is a fun-looking little aircraft. Absolutely just a blast to look around and fly in. It just feels like it looks so futuristic. So we're going to check it out today. So let's get started. And as always, guys, I mean, you can see for yourself. The textures, obviously, given the fact that this aircraft starts out default as a Microsoft Asobo aircraft, obviously the texturing and the details that's been put into the texturing is obviously on par with the simulator. It's one of their aircraft. That is, I think, one of the benefits to being able to mod the default aircraft is you already get the texture work done. It's really cool when some of these developers, although, take that and enhance it even further. But this is definitely a cool looking airplane. It looks so futuristic. It's so different than anything I've ever seen. I had never even heard of this aircraft until Microsoft Flight Simulator. So looking around the aircraft, you can see it's definitely got a very unique style to it. Definitely very what's the word I'm looking for? I guess modern works, but that's not the style I'm looking for. Like, it's very futuristic. You know what I mean? It's like taking a sports car and a plane and putting them together, and you sort of that's the vibe I get from the cockpit. But let's go ahead and start walking through some of the checklists here, and then we'll get the head tracker going and start flying. So we want to make sure our fuel gets turned on. Fuel is on. Landing gear handle is down. Flaps are retracted. Throttle, make sure we have free range of motion on the throttle. We do indeed. Control surfaces, free and clear. Magnetos are off. Master power is off. And all lights indicating are off. So what do we have there? We have, I need to bring my head down a little bit. All right, so it's nav lights. Okay, cool. All right, and bilge is set to off. Water rudder is retracted. So it looks like we are good for a ground start. So let's start working through this. See here, belts and harnesses are fastened, headsets connected, landing gear switch, yep, we verified down, all electrical switches are off, master switch, let's turn the master switch on, woo, there she goes, coming to life, beautiful. Annunciator panel, press test to verify, there we go, yep, everything is coming to life, all annunciators are functioning, let's go ahead and turn that off there. And let's see what we got. We got, let's see, that's my fuel, RPMs, altimeter, airspeed, ADI, AOA indicator, water temp, oil temp, or oil pressure, excuse me, and oil temp. And then what do we have over here? We'll check out the Garmin in a minute there. Ooh, sorry, had a yawn sneak up on me. Okay, so annunciator panels check, landing gear position verified down, bilge pump on. Verify operation. Looks like non-functional at this time. Okay, but we checked it, right? Simulated. Yep, it's good. Fuel valve is on. We sort of jumped our head on that one. IPS safety pin removed and stowed. We don't have one, but we'll pretend that we did it. Okay, and finally, so engine start. We want strobes on. Brakes, test, and set. Now that I actually don't know how to do. How do you... That's doing something I just don't know what. How do we set the parking brake? What's that down there? Oof! That's the parking brake. All right, good to know. Got it. Okay. Oh, hey, I got to set a camera view here. I don't have any camera views. All right, so let's do this. And let's see here. Let's pull it back a little bit. I always like to be a little bit higher up than most. I'm a tall guy. There's one. And let's see here. Let's bring this one in. Something tells me we want to be here more than once. There's two. And just in case we need to come down here. Holy mercy. Let's back that up a little bit. And let's do 3. There we go. Oh, and you know what? Well, I think we can get to the parking brake. I think we'll be fine. Boom. There we go. Okay. All right. So now, as we were saying, so strobes are on, brakes are tested and set. Throttle about a 1/2 inch open. There we go. It's give or take. Area around the aircraft clear. Ignition. Pause for 6 seconds. Verify fuel pressure. I don't think I have a fuel pressure gauge. At least not that I'm seeing. All right, so we'll continue on. Where are we? B. Oh, wait. Confirm fuel pressure light is out. Okay, yes, it is out. Go to both. Engine and land aircraft lights are out. Land aircraft light isn't. So what do I do in that situation? Land aircraft. Gears down. Flaps are retracted. Oh, didn't mean to hit that. I don't know why the land aircraft light doesn't de-illuminate. I guess we'll hope that's okay, because I have no idea. It doesn't tell me what to do if it's not. All right, well, we're going to try it. Here we go. All right, let's go outside for a second. Look at that thing, dude. That's kind of the nice thing that's been so long since I've flown this aircraft is it's like flying it all over again. Cool. All right. All right. Okay, so let's see what's next here. Do we have anything next on the startup? Let's see here. All right, and throttle adjust to 2,000 RPMs. We're just about there. Need to pull it back just a hair. There we go. Okay. And oil pressure monitor shut down if not up in 10 seconds. We do have oil pressure in the green. Oil temp is in the green. And water temp is looking good so far. We don't have an alternator light out, so it says before taxi, we should be advancing above 2,500 RPMs until the alternator light is out. We don't have that, so we should be okay. All right, so let's get down over here. Let's set up our radios. What do we got for 3D vision? There we go. That's nice. Let's set our barometric pressure. Can we? It looks. I mean, we're at sea level, so that probably is accurate. Either that or it's not changing anything. But I haven't seen anything. Let's see. I'm going to move it and see if it's actually changing. Okay. Yep, it is. All right. All right. Okay. And radios. Where would I find my radios on this guy? I would assume it's here. Oh, hello. Never mind. Helps if you look around, huh, Mike? All right. So let's turn our transponder on. We are going to be doing VFR, which is 7,000 at where we are. We are in South America, by the way. We're at the very south. I want to say... We're just actually, I would say the bottom coast of Mexico, if memory serves. I kind of can't remember where I picked. All right, so radios are set, transponders are set. I mean, we can do altitude reporting, but we don't need it. There's nobody out here. So just quick VFR, making sure we're good. All right. I think. All right, so throttle set, radios and transponders are set. Altimeter is set. GPS, we're good. Exterior lights on as required. Yeah, let's go ahead and make sure the nav lights are on. Taxi light's going to need to come on here in just a second. Although we're going to be flipping the landing light on right after that. Let's see what our winds are looking like right now. Winds are 266 at 3, so we're going to need to make sure that we line up. We're at 187. So, yeah, we'll be taking off from the left over here. It'll be closest to 266. Looks like a little bit of a crosswind from the right. And let's see. I think that is it. All right, let's get the head tracker going. We'll get out of here. Okay. We're ready to go here. Let's release that parking brake. Not sure why we had to park in the dirt, but you know. Alright, for land takeoff, normal procedures, it shows flaps up, throttle to max, rotate at 50 knots, and gear retracted when safely airborne and above 75 knots. Alright, so there we go. Here is the action, the moment you have all been waiting for. Let me double check everything. Alright, I think, oh, let's turn our landing lights on. Taxi light off. Okay, off we go. Just max power. Airspeed alive. There's 40 knots. There's 50 knots rotating. Oh, easy. Trying to be gentle. She is touchy. Be careful on your rotation. Let's make sure we get above them trees here. Leaving that gear down till we clear 75 knots. Not like this would be a good place to land anyway. There we go. Let's bring the nose down a bit. Alright, let's start retracting the gear. There she goes, coming up. And we are clear to navigate here. Okay, a little bit of nose trim here. And let's pull those RPMs back now. Enjoy a little cruise. Look at that. So, without having any experience, from the little bit I recall, I actually watched my previous video. It seems much more stable than I remember from before, and yet much more natural. The movements of the aircraft seem to be much more what you would expect. Getting some turbulence there. It's nice to see. I'm going to go hands off the stick for a minute. Everything you're seeing is the aircraft doing what it wants to do here. Look at that. There you go. The hands are still off the controls. Little bump and jump there in the airplane. It's looking great. Looking wonderful. I love the experience of flying the aircraft in this cockpit. This cockpit is like, I don't know how to describe it. It's so different than any other aircraft that I've flown. And it's the texturing. It's so different. It's so unique. You feel like you're flying something completely different, which, I mean, obviously you are, right? But it is very, very unique. I mean, it's like you're flying a luxury sedan. Very cool experience so far. You're busy enough in the cockpit. Like, I mean, my hands are on the controls here. But the aircraft is seems to be very forgiving as well. I am hands off the controls again, just sort of seeing what she does. So there you go. This is you again. Hands are free. Let's try just rudder input. Flying with just the rudder now. So there you go, leaning back, hands off the flight stick, just chilling with the rudder pedals. That's pretty awesome. This is good. Let's start correcting some of that. I'm watching our altitude here. A little high. I could trim nose down a little bit, probably get away with it. Oh, went too much. Let's turn it with just the rudders. That's so cool. Well done. This is neat. Straighten it back out if we want. Let's see here. She wants to go nose high a little bit when we come out of it, but that's totally cool. This is great. This feels very, very nice. It doesn't feel like you're flying on rails. It feels very natural, very realistic in the aspect that you're flying in busy air. I can definitely tell that I've got some busy winds around me. All right, well, let's try the best part here. Let's try a water landing. Hopefully all that goes well. All right, so let's see here. All right, so before a water landing, make sure obviously landing gear is up. Flaps, we're going to be looking for full. We're going to stay above 75 knots. Water rudder up. AOA on the white line is where we want our AOA. Which looks like it basically is, right? Well, okay, I'm a little confused. Let me get a closer look here. Oh, yeah. Well. Oh, there's the white line in the middle. All right, that was a little weird. Okay. All right, so let's try this. Start pulling power off. Gets into a nice descent here. I forgot how cool this aircraft is. It really is. It is so unique. I know. I'm broken record now. I get it. I know I am. But I just, like, I would totally fly this. I want one. I bet you can pick one up for 200 grand. I'll have to look it up. I have no idea how much they are. Let's re-verify our barometric pressure. Okay, everything's still looking good. Winds are still at 266. So we're going to turn around for our landing. Get us a little bit closer to the island before we land it. Start bringing the flaps in. There's 15. Water rudder up, gear still indicating up. Nice shallow approach here. Flaps to full. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Now it said we should be looking at greater than 75 knots. I'm a little confused because I don't think she's going to touch down to 75 knots. There's 75. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull the power back. I can't maintain that and hit the AOA line. So maybe I might be misunderstanding the documentation. That's... Oh, did I come off 266? Well, 266 is gonna put me into the land. Alright, so AOA on the white line. Watching altitude. Alright, we're on the white line. Here we go. Holding some power off. She's still floating. Watching the AOA, watching the AOA. Throttles to idle. Oof. Full aft on touchdown, according to the documentation. So we're full aft on the stick for hydrodynamic braking. All right. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the water rudder. Very nice response from the water rudder. Probably one of the better ones that I've seen. How did our camera get messed up? We got water effects and everything. Look at that. Alright, so now let's see what it takes to take her back off from the water. So let me see here. I want to make sure I get all this right. Takeoff on water. All right. Bilge pump on. We can't turn on the bilge pump. Doesn't function. Okay. Landing gear is up and indicating. Flaps are full 30. Water rudder is up for takeoff. Okay. Max on the throttle, stick position for minimum water drag. I would guess forward. Flaps retract when safely airborne and above 50 knots indicating. Alright, let's try it. So I still need the water rudder to steer us to a takeoff position. Can't take off towards the island. That won't end. Gosh, we're so low. Look at that. This is going to be hard fighting the current. All right, so it says water rudder needs to come up for takeoff. Flaps are 30. Max power. Whoa! Pitching nose down slightly for minimum resistance. Excuse me. There's 50 knots indicating. Come on, baby. Rotate. Rotate. Alright, we are up and airborne, leveling out, getting some airspeed, tracking to flaps 15. And going flaps full, retracted. Woo, baby. That wasn't bad at all, man. She just jumps right out of the water, doesn't she? This is a neat little airplane. I'm telling you guys, it's a sports car with wings. Alright, you guys know me. I gotta do something dumb on every video, so let's... I'm just going to grip it and rip it for a minute and see what the behavior's like. How much fun could you really have in this thing? We're getting too low. Alright, you ready for max roll rate here? Here we go. Max roll. Max roll. Not bad at all. She'll definitely turn. That's where we start having some fun with it, right? Remembering that we're only doing about 80 knots here, so I gotta be careful. Don't have a whole lot of airspeed to work with here, but look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. This is a beautiful location. Beautiful location. Well, my friends, as always, guys, let me know what you think of this aircraft down in the description below or the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. Definitely give this one a shot if you haven't. Again, the mod is free. The aircraft comes with Microsoft Flight Simulator, so I believe, I hope I'm not mistaken on this one. It's been a long time now, but I believe it came default with all the versions of the Flight Simulator, and I really hope I'm not wrong about that because I want everyone to experience this. This is a really cool aircraft. Go out in the middle of nowhere, find yourself a cool new little cluster of islands, or come down here to South America, find something down on the edge. Check out the beautiful scenery that's around here. If you are not someone who does it often, this is another aircraft I would absolutely recommend out in the Caribbean. Tango November Charlie Mike is my favorite. That's Princess Juliana, and then St. Bart's being right next to it. That's another really cool one. I think that's Tango Foxtrot Juliet, if I remember correctly. Anyway, very, very awesome aircraft. Tons of places you could go with this thing and have a great time. I think I'm going to continue flying around for a little bit, guys, but as always, stay safe and healthy, and nothing is going to stop you from seeing me in the next one.